All right, we're talking the Bitcoin futures ETF, guys, and specifically the idea that this ETF alone could generate more demand for Bitcoin overall, driving up prices, which obviously everybody wants. Here's what's coming up in this video. We're going to talk about how fund managers now have an incentive to actually push people towards cryptocurrencies. We'll show you the early inflows into BITO. And is there more to come? The answer, yes, but what do we do with that information? Here's the article. It's a CNBC report, guys, talking about the fact that money managers now in a whole have an incentive to push people towards not only cryptocurrency investments, but Bitcoin specifically. BITO, the ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF, 550 million in inflows on day one. 1.01 billion shares overall changing hands on this thing. So we ask the question, guys, does this now create more demand with these managers having this incentive behind them?
100% it's going to, right? There's always going to be a segment. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. There's always going to be a segment of the population that's waiting for more mainstream approval to get invested into crypto, and this is going to give that sort of impetus there. And now you get the institutional involvement. And keep in mind, this is an ETF that's now it's just tracking the future, so it's not a perfect vehicle. Certainly, everyone's waiting for something which is tracking the actual spot itself, which will, I think, be a heck of a lot better. And let's keep in mind, there was an anticipation of this event. A monster move taking you to some fresh highs, but then here on the 19th on a daily chart on Bitcoin, this is where it got to that top, and we've had a bit of a pullback since. So I think this is a perfect opportunity here where if it puts in a higher low, everyone talks about 100,000, but you hold this higher low at 40 or maybe even spectacularly if it did at 52 on a pullback, then you are sort of geared up to at least, I'd say, 80 to 85, and then if not that 100,000, but it's a stepping stone, right? I think it's the first of many. But it has to be first. We've got some in Canada here, which are pretty interesting as well. But this is definitely a first step, and this is always going to be the case that someone had to jump in first. I don't think it's the perfect investment vehicle personally, but it doesn't mean that it isn't a big step here overall for the crypto space and Bitcoin specifically.
Look, I think, we've talked about this. We'll talk about the article here again. I think this is very, very important. However, there was a shift in August when SEC chairman, Gary Gensler signaled, the agency may be more open to futures-backed Bitcoin ETF under the Investment Company Act of 1940, which gives significant investor protection. So I think that's really maybe, that might be sort of what you were saying there, the all clear for Bitcoin. I mean, there's a lot of investors that are worried, are they protected? What does this mean? Now you get the SEC stepping up, sort of voicing their opinion. I think this is great for Bitcoin. As a bull in Bitcoins, I think we're bull in the cryptocurrency space. More regulation is better. Now it appears we have the SEC on board. This futures is definitely a great step in the right direction. We have GBTC, the grayscale product, but it seems like now with futures being around, with more ETFs coming through, I believe this gives a signal for an all clear for Bitcoin. And now, institutions can get involved, which we know what kind of money those big accounts have. So let's hope that this is just yet another impact positively for Bitcoin.
And we know the kind of money as well that still could be sitting on the sidelines, in anticipation of further regulation for this kind of tool to get involved with this very same investment, guys. So is it a positive? Absolutely, going into the future for Bitcoin. Let's go to Miss V.
Hey guys, thank you for sharing this information on Bitcoin. Dear viewers, please subscribe to this channel to see more great videos.